nanti you cakap next tau. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, our group will present about the hot and cold water supply system. As note show that potable water after entering the building can be divided into two, which are cold water supply and hot water supply. And each of the water supply are divided into two system, which is direct system and indirect system. Hot water supply also divided into two, direct system and indirect system. Next. This is example in the building. In every building, there are hot and cold water piping system. For the red line is a hot water supply, and the blue one is cold water supply. This is example of a house in any house. Okay, next. Okay, this also the example from the cut view. We can see the blue, the cold next to the hot water supply in the house. Right? Okay, domestic water supply piping system. As we know, SAJ, Syarikat Air Johor, this is domestic water supply, and every state will have their own company that manage the water supply. Okay, next.
Okay, I will introduce about the cold water supply. Cold water supply system comprise a myriad of pipe that deliver water to taps, appliance, firefighting equipment, and wherever else it is needed. The design itself must conform to accepted engineering practice as well as all relevant building and plumbing codes. All water service pipe must be the size that is suitable for the quantity of water that we delivered, as well as the pressure required in the relevant plumbing code. Generally, all water service pipe should be at least 1 inch or 25 millimeter in diameter. It stands to reason that they have to separate from sewer to prevent any possible contamination. Pipelines for cold water used for the fighting fire flow must be at least 6 inches in diameter. The cold water supply is divided by two, which is direct system and indirect system. Okay, the direct system, which is the capacity in liter of the feed system in required to be at least equal to the capacity in liters of the hot water cylinder. All of the tap with dispense drinkable water, and they will be connected to the main supply. Good pressure on water main is required for the pipe water system. Direct cold water is reduced to a minimum. Pipe work is reduced to a minimum. Next. The advantage of direct cold water system, cold water supply. Advantage is clean and fresh water for drink is ensured. Less piping plus no storage tank equal to less cost. Low maintenance and higher water pressure. Further disadvantage is pressurized water may be difficult during a certain period. Risk to the stop supply of water due to maintenance work. A good quality of material for distribution pipe in order to withstand the higher pressure of water. Next. Indirect water supply. An indirect cold water system is when water is supplied to the house at main pressure. This water is fed directly to a cold water storage system via the supply pipe called the rising main. A branch pipe of the rising main delivers drinking water to the kitchen and garden tap of which cold water to all other taps. An appliance is provided indirectly from the cold water storage system under gravity pressure, not main pressure. With an indirect cold water system, there is always a temporary backup for store water in the event of a main failure. Also, because it is a low pressure system, it is generally quieter, therefore eliminating noise like water hammer, which can occur when high pressure water tries to negotiate tight bend in the pipework. Uh, for this indirect water supply, it require more pipework more than the direct system, and very expensive to install than direct system. Provide a large reserve of water, which is water storage system. Okay, next. The This is the storage tank, which is we put at the top of the roof as the backup supply, which is if the uh, water supply is cut down or meant to be maintained. Okay, next. This is la water tank. How the water tank uh, to be function. The cold water will directly um, turn in. Will directly in to the water tank, and at the same point what we call this the ball is the function of the ball like for to stop if the water level is the maximum, and after we want to use the pipe that is connected to the water tank will be open to flow the water from the water tank. Next. The advantage of indirect cold water system. The advantage is no risk of stop supply water, reserve up to 12 to 24 hours, provide constant pressure of water in distribution pipe, less maintenance cost due to lower pressure of water. The disadvantage of the indirect cold water system, only water supply from sink can be used for drinking direct system, for pipe work and allowable area for storage system with its support, very expensive to install, contamination of water due to corrosion of storage system, insect or etc. Okay, next. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, I will explain about the hot water supply system. Okay, hot water supply system is usually supplied through copper or stainless conduct due to higher temperature and thus expansion rate. Boiler can be of gas or coal fired to supply heated water to hot water cylinder and heating ventilation. Okay, for the first point, like they usually supplied through copper or stainless conduct or stainless steel pipe, because if the hot water supply system using PVC pipe, and the pipe will be cair. Okay, we go through the third point, which is central boiler system. Central boiler is used when large space available for boil area, large quantity of hot water or area of heating is needed at certain required long period. Okay, this is the example of stainless pipe. This also the example of copper pipe. There are some of type of copper pipe, which is the type K is the thin wall, and the flexibility is hard and soft, and the mark is color green. Also there is type of copper pipe which is L. The wall thickness is medium wall. Flexibility is hard and soft, and the mark is color blue. And there is type of M. The wall thickness is thick wall. Flexibility is hard, and the mark is red. The DWV, the flexibility is hard, and the mark is this is a type of boiler. There is two type, which is steam boiler and electric boiler. Okay, this automatic oil gas fire hot water boiler, which is the the air and fuel inlet are at here, and there is combustion here, and there is water inlet, which is the water flow inside the tank, and it will go here and here, and the hot water will be here, and there is steam outlet. There is example of boiler. Okay, like hot water supply, which is central boiler, have two system, like Syed has been explained, which is direct and indirect system. Okay, central boiler, which is direct, is used when hot water supply not combined with central heating system. Availability of soft water cylinder and boiler piping lasts longer. Shorter piping system, quicker hot water supply, direct usage of hot water from boiler if required, has immersion heater. In example, quicker temperature change. Indirect central boiler is used when hot water from boiler, also used for central ventilation heating unit, less blockage in piping. In example, coil in indirect cylinder, direct circulation to boiler, longer piping system, slower hot water for sanitary and heating, longer time for heating and temperature change. This is the overview of direct hot water supply, which is here is tank. The water will go through the tank and go through the cylinder and flow to the boiler. Okay, this the figure that has been drawn. It is this is the cold water, and the gate valve of cold water feeder pipe. The drain valve here, the water will flow and go to the go to the electric heater, and the electric heater is used for instant and constant temperature in direct cylinder. Okay. Here is the example of direct hot water system. Okay, this is the drain or relief valve that here I think. Okay, here if central heating is not needed to be combined with the hot supply, available for soft water, the direct system may be used, providing the boiler rust proof and durable. need less cost to install than the indirect system, and the water in the cylinder will be heated quicker due to direct circulation between the boiler and cylinder. The hot water from boiler mixed directly with the water in the cylinder and not suited to hot water, typical of those extracted from boreholes into chalk or limestone strata. When heated, the calcium precipitates to line the boiler and primary pipework, eventually freeing up the system to render it ineffective and dangerous. The storage cylinder and associated pipework should be well insulated to reduce energy losses. Okay, this is our overview of indirect hot water supply. Okay, this is the drawing that we can easily understand, which is the water from tank. Here we go to the boiler hot water coil to heat the cold water in indirect system. And if we go here, and this is the safety valve. This is the centralized boiler. And here the flow of the water, and go to the feed system. This is the feed system. The water from the drain valve, the water from the centralized boiler we go to the boiler, and so on. Indirect hot water supply. And indirect is used which has an inner heat exchanger. The water from the boiler circulates through this heat exchanger, and boiler is not drawn off through the hot water taps. Lamp is precipitated only after the initial heating of the water and afterwards. Unless the system is drained, there is no further occurrence and therefore no scaling. The same water also circulates through the steel or cast iron radiators, and after heating, the water is freed from carbon dioxide, which then reduce corrosion of the radiators. Cost more than direct system but less maintenance. Boiling temperature may be up to 70 degrees Celsius. This is the figure of the indirect hot water system. Okay.
Okay, next, I will explain for the localized heating cylinder direct. Okay, it is used when central boiler not needed or no extra space for locating the boiler before that Shazwan explained. Central heating, shorter, intermediate, and infrequent use. It is used for jarang digunakan. So localized heating is the best to use. Then supply of gas and electricity available. Next, for certain usage only for bath or shower or sink sink unit only. Next. System only needed one gas or electricity heating cylinder, inlet cold water, feeding and outlet hot water supply. This is the example of the localized heating cylinder. There are two channels, hot water out, cold water in. So the inlet piping must be insulated through the elbow from the cold water in, and heat are trapped. Then first and feet of piping must be insulated also at the hot water out channel. Next. Integration of solar panel in water system. This is the example, the picture. Example, hot water. There are the pipe that flow to hot water to house, and cold water supply pipe. And then this is a tank, solar storage backup, water heater, double wall heat exchanger inside the solar storage, and then flat plate collector that collect the solar, and antifreeze fluid in collector loop only. Next. This is the also example of integration of solar panel in hot water system. Pump. There are solar storage in the house that supply and pump to the solar plate, and then back to the hot water out that show that the shower, example shower there. So the cold water incoming and pump into the solar plate, and then go through the solar storage tank, and then channel to the hot water out. As an example, I said before, for bath or shower. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.